everybody! So I'm gonna go out tonight and we are going to Upper Polk Street, the marina area of San Francisco. So I feel a little safer if I have blue lipstick on. And it's also gonna be a review of the Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics lip tars, which I'm sorry to say is not gonna be a good one. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with MAC's Face and Body. I've been seeing it on so many tutorials. So I'm gonna start out by putting it on with a brush. It's actually brilliant if you put it on with just your fingers. I'm actually using the Makeup Forever Professional brush. I don't know, it's the 152. These are phenomenal. I would tell anyone to get them. They're kind of pricey, but so worth it. So I'm just going on, and if you are putting it on with a brush, you kind of really want to work it in. Areas where you want it to be a little thicker, you can kind of stipple it on and wait for it to get a bit tacky and then go in and kind of buff it out. And that's how you get a little bit more coverage out of face and body. If you are blonde, this is the absolute best pencil for you forever and ever. I promise you, I've never found anything better. This is insanely good. So I've been bleaching my brows so I don't have to draw the ends on quite as light. Make sure you know what you're doing if you try that. You can blind yourself and maim yourself for life. But I've been bleaching them because I have next to no hair right here. So I need this part to be a little lighter so I don't have to draw this part on super dark. I've also been using Latisse in my eyebrows. That's really how much they don't grow in on the ends. So I cheat them up a little bit higher. Which is why it's particularly difficult for me to watch them grow in with Latisse in a very sad and pensive way, like I'm constantly like, ooh. So I just think that's just gonna be my struggle for life, is that I just have no eyebrows, whatever. You know, you don't need an ultra opaque concealer that's super white right underneath there, especially if you're blonde and you have baby hairs. It's just gonna cake up and look weird. And see, that still carves it out. Okay, so my eyes are really pretty deep set, so I don't need a lot in the crease, because it'll actually sometimes close them off and make them look a little hollow, unless I have a ton of makeup on to compensate for it. This right in the inner corner of my eye to brighten it up. And you can see what a difference that makes. Once again, I like the matte for this because shimmer is going to add texture to your eyelid. That is makeup artists speak for, it's gonna make you look a little bit older, or it can make you look older. Any kind of texture, meaning wrinkles, ripples, dry skin patches, anything like that, if you put shimmer on top of it, the light's gonna hit the shimmer and then it's going to make all of that show up a little bit more. So if you're noticing that your eyelids are aging, or that your makeup is making your eyelids look really wrinkly, try something with a little bit less shimmer, because it ends up looking really nice. So yeah, I'm just putting that on the inner part. I'm also even going to put a little bit underneath right here, because that really brightens the eye up as well. People don't realize how much red and discoloration they have right there. Okay, so I'm going in with a color from MAC called Rule. It is actually like just straight up orange, right there. And because I have blue eyes and I'm going to be wearing blue lipstick, putting something warmer on actually looks kind of cool. Next I'm going to take the blush Melba, which is more of like a muted coral color. It's the middle one. And I'm just going to kind of go over that and make it more of like a soft pinky kind of color. And just buff it up. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the color Cork and Wedge. They're like muted warm browns. I'm just going to put a little of that in the crease just to, I don't know, this, truth be told, got a little oranger than I thought it would. I'm just using a little bit of Concrete from MAC right on the edges. It's just a charcoal-based non-warm brown. I'm just using a soft edge because, I don't know. This is a great way to do a winged liner if you have a little bit crepier eyelids. Like my eyelids have a little more texture to them than one would think. And on top of that, when I smile, it all kind of closes in. So if I have just a solid line there, it can look really awful unless I've done it a specific way. So this is a great way to get the effect of a winged out liner without having to argue with it forever. Adding a little bit of black, color called Carbon, right at the bottom. Now because my eyes kind of tilt down a little bit, I like to pull them up with my liner, and you can see that that really does make quite a difference. Okay, now I'm going to go in and add just a little bit of like a black fluid line type of thing. This is Aqua Black from Makeup Forever. I like it. It's very black. Now I'm actually really not bringing it over on my eye, because with my eye shape, if I do that, it just kind of makes them, it brings them back down again. So if I just build up the edge, sometimes it has a cool effect. I'm actually going inside my waterline right now, just to add a little bit right to that inner edge. Okay, so now I'm going in with mascara. This is the Hot and Naughty 2 Black Lash from MAC. It is one of my favorite mascaras. Now I've gotten requests from you guys to edit less and show you the whole process more, which is why I'm talking you through it. I'm sorry this video is going to be epic in length. So yeah, that's kind of clumped up. Some stuff fell beneath the eye. This is why you usually just don't even worry about your foundation until later, and why I didn't put that much on. But frankly, for a tutorial, I just look crazy if I don't have at least some foundation on for some part of it. So yeah, so that's with mascara. Now we're gonna go in and clean up the face. So next I'm gonna go in and conceal a bit with two of my favorite concealers. Saucy name. The Sensual Skin Enhancer from Kevin Kwan. It's the little concealers that come in the pots. So I was in a makeup show and I bought one that was ridiculously light, and then I bought peach color corrector one, so I'm gonna mix them. So I'm putting you have got to use the most microscopic amount of this when you use it. It's like not even funny. This stuff is spread so much. So the benefit to using a peach color corrector under your eye is you have to use like half of the product that you normally would, because the color actually cancels out the blue. I like to also put my concealers on with a fluffy brush, because you can really blend everything, get a soft edge, and have it look more natural. So believe it or not, I'm actually working that peach color corrector over my rosacea. Here's why. I don't like to put green color correctors. You could see it's still canceling out the red. It's still less red than my face. I don't like to use green color correctors, and I don't like to use stuff that's way yellow on top of my red, because what happens then is that when that wears away, you're left with these really obvious patches of where you've wiped your nose or whatever else. So rather than do that, I put something on that's a little bit closer to the rosacea, so I don't have to worry about it as much. And you can see it still cancels it out. Okay, so I'm grabbing my foundation brush and I'm just buffing everything around. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit of that blush Melba. Just kind of on the apples of my cheeks. I'm trying to get away from doing a ton of contouring, because it does show up in the daylight. Probably won't be able to resist though. I'm using the NC15 NW20 Chromograph pencil from MAC. I am going to be using Obsessive Compulsive's lip tar. So here's the thing with those. You can't use them on their own. The product does not stand by itself, not with the deeper colors. It feathers like crazy. It stains your teeth. It's kind of a mess to work with, and you can use only the most minimal amounts, and you have to line them like crazy. So you're mostly going to be seeing the Marine Ultra Chromograph pencil from MAC. This is a pro product as well, I believe. And I'm going to put that all over my lips, and then just in the very center, nowhere near where it can feather, I'm putting the lip tar, because it is a brilliant color. That's the thing, is they pull you in with their fantastic colors. They really have some of the best colors. Unfortunately, the saturation isn't enough for it to fully look opaque on the lip, and it's also not enough for it to stay put. They're very emollient and they move around like crazy. So I'm not a huge fan of them. In fact, I won't be buying them again. But I have friends who love the lighter colors and use them on models, on cheeks. They're great for like runway stuff because if you're backstage and you just need something that's gonna last 5 minutes, perfect, because that's all they do. They only last 5 minutes. They're a nightmare otherwise. Seriously. What you're seeing with them is like, it's like a brilliant marketing strategy and a not so brilliant product. The idea is there, but it's just not something I would tell a client to get. So yeah, so I'm gonna go in with the MAC pencil. Just kind of moving that around. Now I'm slowly building up the lip line and making it a little more full. I'm doing it very, very slowly because it's very hard to go in with a concealer and carve these out without you having kind of a green line around the edge of your lip. When I say very little lip tar, I genuinely mean like I'm using a dot that big. Okay, you can see what a cool color that is, but you can also see the fact that we need more blush and more contouring because it just doesn't look quite right. So yeah, I'm gonna go in just with a bit. Right on the edge. I think I'm using Strata for this. Or Taupe. Taupe. From MAC. Put just a little right around my hairline to warm it up. And a little under my cheek. Great. And you can see how this green is finding its way onto the rest of my face already. Okay, now I'm going to take Coy Girl, aptly named. Put that just a little bit on the apple. So going in with my foundation brush and just kind of buffing it out. Then we're going to go in with the lighter Capricorn, like nothing on the brush, you can see. And I'm just like dolloping that on both cheeks. You can see how a little goes a long way. And I'm just using that to contour very sparingly because once again, if I wipe my cheek, the red will show through underneath it and it won't look fantastic. So yeah. Okay, so this is kind of my finished look with the lashes on and the blue lipstick. You can see that if you put a little bit of warmth around the eye, if you have blue eyes, and then you wear a blue shirt or blue lipstick, you can really make your eye color pop. Yeah, so that's also my review of the OCC lip tars and the MAC liner that I use with them and so on. So yeah, and we didn't really need to darken the brow, so I just kind of left it as is. Hope you enjoyed. Okay, I wanted to show you guys what the makeup looks like with the blue off. You can see how it kind of stains and sticks around. So if you're gonna wear blue, you kind of got to commit to it. I'm going to go in with the Peach Color Corrector and not only use it as a makeup remover to get this stuff off, but then you can see how it kind of mixes and makes this green thing. It's just the nature of the beast. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, so I do that. I have to do it a couple times to get this stuff off. Okay, that's kind of mostly enough. So, I don't feel like wearing that tonight. Similar packaging, dramatically different results. This is clutch. Love this, love this. And this is the MAC Lip Mix, and it is just amazing. It's an orange, and it's super matte, and it stays for days. So once again, this is a pro product and is not available at like Nordstrom's. Only MAC Pro. I don't even think it's available at MAC freestanding stores. But if you're not near those locations and you want a really awesome orange lip, Meringue is also a really, really cool color from MAC. If you wanted to have a little more coral in it, Vegas Volt is phenomenal. If you wanted to have a little more red in it, Dangerous, I think, is gorgeous. What else? MAC has a lot of good ranges now. Okay, and there you have it. You can see it's kind of like understated, but not totally understated, and a little bit fun, but also fresh and summery, and it still makes blue eyes stand out. Voila!